the reason why we are here, we have Stephen and Beth representing Thompson Hospitality, which is the #1 minority firm in the country. It's a family-operated business that's been around more than 25 years. We are super excited to hear their inspirational story. And Stephen, can you just tell us a little about the journey to becoming the #1 minority hospitality firm in the country?
I would love to try and answer that question for you. Our president and chairman, Warren Thompson, started the business back in 1992. As mentioned, family owned. So his sister Benita and brother Fred all were involved in this business aspect. And this is something that was in the roots of the family from the time they were growing up with their father, doing hog farming. And Warren had such a wonderful entrepreneurial spirit about himself that he learned from his father and from his family, that he went out and purchased some restaurants. The opportunity came about to sell that and start up Thompson Hospitality, which I'm so happy to be a part of. As it was mentioned, we're the #1 minority food service and facility contractor in the United States, and just a wonderful way to help our business partners as well. And that's why we're here at WashU University today, working with Janelle and her team, and Andrew and the Bon Appetit team to solidify our partnership and at the end of the day, giving back to the community here in St. Louis.
Great. Thank you, Stephen. Beth, Stephen talked about the importance of partnership and relationship. And we know there's got to be like a sense of pride being part of the #1 minority-owned firm, hospitality-owned firm in the country. Can you tell us about how it feels to be part of that dynamic team and your role with the company?
Absolutely, it'd be my pleasure. I'm just over the moon to be a part of Thompson Hospitality because I've been in a supply diversity in this arena for over 20 years, and the passion and the commitment that Thompson Hospitality brings to their partnerships and their accounts spoke to me because they used to be one of their, well, the other way around. They used to work for me. And now I'm on their team.
Wow.
And so to be able to join the largest minority business hospitality company in the country has just been like a dream come true for me because it resonates what we're passionate about, what I'm passionate about. So it is awesome to be able to come in and be impactful in local communities, to help companies, smaller minority companies prosper and grow. And we understand and recognize the impact on the economy, on legacy. And so it's been over the moon experience for me to be here. So we are so excited to be a part of this. I'm so excited to be a part of Thompson Hospitality.
Yes, thank you, Beth. We are so excited that you are having an over the moon experience here. Thank you, Beth. Yes. Great way to describe that. Andrew, can you tell us, you have seen maybe a lot of local vendors that are trying to climb the corporate ladder, so to speak, if I could put it like that. They're building businesses, they're financing them with sweat equity. Maybe some advice that you could give them that would help prepare them, or things that maybe they need to do before contacting you or Janelle.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is when you come to us with an idea is be open and ready to take some of the suggestions that we have about, what do we need to have set up as far as vendor relations and information, and how do we make sure that we can get you into the WashU system. One of the biggest challenges for a lot of small companies is just having all of the required pieces together to really do business with a large entity like WashU, and so we try to make that as easy as possible, and I'm really excited that Thompson Hospitality is here to help kind of ease that burden for a lot of these companies. But it's really important that when we're looking for certain things and we need certain documentation and paperwork and things in order, that you can kind of work with us to get that done, because we want to make sure we can do business. We want to make sure we have it set up, but there's still a lot of paperwork that has to be done to get there.
Wow, that was a nice way of putting be coachable, be patient during the process. Thank you, Andrew. Janelle, I'm sure that you could add so much advice about that. Like, there's a process to doing business with Washington University. And maybe some small businesses may not be prepared for that. So maybe you could speak to that, like having maybe several samples, several options that you could present to you and your team. But just speak to like maybe some do's and don'ts or some advice you would give to small businesses that want to do business with Washington University.
Yeah, so the first thing is don't think that you're too small to even give yourself a chance to work with the university. We are very passionate and we are very committed to working with minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, other diverse-owned businesses. So do not think that just because you are a small fish that you do not have an opportunity. What we're trying to do is understand where there's the gaps and then try to address the gaps. So if you are having issues with capabilities to qualify to become a WashU vendor, then we can work on those gaps. And we have a lot of initiatives that are coming out, working with other community partners, other partners, other regional partners, to try to assist in those identifying those gaps, working on those gaps to make you a better supplier.
Woo, great point, Janelle. Thank you. Stephen, we know Thompson Hospitality is in the food service business, but maybe some people at home just don't know like what that means, the services or maybe the products that you guys provide, and maybe you could speak to that in detail or just, tell us about Thompson Hospitality.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So Thompson Hospitality, again, minority-owned food service and facility management company. We are involved primarily in the food service business with Compass as part of our joint venture partnership. And that was something that Warren Thompson, who is our chairman, set up with the Compass Group. And there was a need for, I guess, the D&I initiative, diversity and inclusion, within these operations. And it wasn't just something that we're going to shake hands and do the deal. It was a substantial piece of what was missing in the operators' business that a lot of people were asking for. So we were able to fill that need based on us being a certified MBE with the National Minority MSDC Council. In addition to that, we have retail brands throughout the greater Washington area, Maryland, and Florida. There's probably about, I want to say 18 or so retail restaurant brands. We use those as part of our business in the joint venture segment, as well as just a standalone retail. So again, going back to Warren's root, entrepreneur, restaurateur by heart, hospitality, all involves in that process. So that's a little bit about Thompson. The last piece I'll end on is we are also involved with about 20 or so HBCUs, and those are historic black colleges and universities throughout. We do their food service, and then some of them as well as the facility management. So, Thompson, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Love it.